So in my head, I'm laughing in my head because I'm like, I got iron lung telling me them BDs make my lungs bleed. You know what I mean? I put that shit right on out. But I started writing.
Yo, today we bring a Brooklyn native and an urban Hollywood label mate with established ties to Wu-Tang Clan, rooted with respect and authenticity. A military veteran who served in war, he brings discipline, perspective, real life experience into his music. He's a pillar of Gritty Fam, a dope MC, a member of Grinch Pack out of North Carolina. He's a part of Pound for Pound, and he continues to move with purpose, integrity, and bars. Let's give a warm welcome to the show, Louis Trees. Trees. Maintain him. Okay,
man.
Yo, Trees, on this show, the first thing we do, we ask you to explain to the viewers who you are and where you come from, bro.
Well, you gave good intro, you know what I mean? Louis Trees, you know what I mean? Brooklyn, 2940 West 31st Street, Mermaid Avenue, you know what I mean? Plus Stillwell and W. Can't forget Stillwell projects, you know what I mean? I'm out currently in Fayetteville, North Carolina right now, you know what I mean? Getting it in, working on a few projects, you know what I mean? Just getting straight to it. I don't want the bag, we trying to get the truck.
I feel that.
Got
I hear that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes,
man.
sir.
So who gonna go with the first question? We gonna go to the right. Grim, kick it off, man. What's the first question?
I want to know what the whole thing behind Grinch Pack is, because I think that's a dope concept. I like that. And I want to know how you came up with that.
It's an umbrella. I was looking at it like watching how the different older cats that I was around and seeing how they moved. You know, first of all, I had to have an ill name. Everybody was we at the top of the hill watching everybody eat at the bottom. So you know what I mean? So everybody saying climb to the top, we slowly walking down to the bottom. So that's the Grinch Pack part of it. You know what I mean? I'm a CEO. You know what I mean? I got a couple COOs under. You know what I mean? That's still running with promoting and everything. But it's basically an umbrella. That's what it is. Basically an umbrella of different groups, different artists, different female singers, different genres. You know what I mean? So that way we ain't staying in one different lane. You know?
Okay. So it's kind of like an extension of. Go ahead.
Are they all from North Carolina, or are they coming?
Oh no, all over. I still got peoples in Japan, Okinawa, all over the states. You know, I don't like to keep it in just majority. I say, as of right now, is in North Carolina. I say, but it ain't too many. There's just a handful right now that opens up a collective.
Okay. Go ahead, shoot, girl. My bad, bro.
I was just gonna ask him, man. You know, I just asked him about the Grinch Pack.
Okay, Jay,
you know what I mean?
What you got?
Well, my thing is this, Mr. Trees. Me and you done chopped it up before.
Right.
And you have an impeccable story, bro. For one, I did not know you was as young as you was. Let me explain to the people. When I met this young man, I met him with a group of people who I had never met before. And we were all striving for the same thing, to get on, hungry artists who wanted to get on. When I met you, couldn't nobody tell me you was not my age. You was my height. You acted old. You acted as old as me. So I was convinced like you was my age. When you told me how old you was, I was like, what? Let the audience know, like, for real, like let me explain it better. This dude was like 17 working at Wu-Tang Records.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang
office
Records,
manager.
y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
And
office
he
manager.
was nice.
How
And
that
I
thing?
always wondered what had happened when we went to Shirley's. I'm like, yo, where Trees at? Where Trees at? And you broke it down to me and explained it to me why you wasn't there. Let the audience know where actually, you know, where your music, how your music took you to where you was at, how you met even met Wu-Tang to get that
All
type of
right.
position.
Well, always knew it's like it's family. I'm damn near cousin. I'm damn near nephew to Mook, cousin, brother to Khalid, LIP, brother to Smalls, LIP, brother to Choice. Not LIP, it's Smalls, but brother to Choice. So after I graduated out of DC, I bounced, and I bounced the damn same day and went to stay with my aunt in Queens in Left Rack. So I was staying in Left Rack, and I was like, damn, I need to go to Brooklyn. But Khalid kept calling me and was saying, yo, come to Staten Island. And believe it or not, I ain't never been to Staten Island. I've been to every other borough and shit besides Staten Island. You know what I mean? We crossing the Verrazano or going through the tolls and shit, or Bayonne or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But as far as going out there, I never caught the ferry or none of that. But that shit changed up quick. So I told my aunt, I'm gonna go out there. That's Mook was throwing the party. So I makes it out there, and I ain't never leave after that. I stayed right there, boom, boom, boom. I'm in the house now and shit. So Mook come in one day. Now who was there still? I think Choice was there, Smalls was there. We all had grew up in the building for 2940. You know what I mean? So Mook come in there. He comes in and he's like, yo, who got a driver's license first off? So I was like, I got L's and shit. So he was like, yo, you want to drive? So I was like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I'm getting paid for it and everything too. So now I'm driving. I'm Mook's driver, basically. I'm driving him to all the different labels and shit. I'm running into cats like Fat Joe, who would it just Johnny Cochran, God bless the living. You know what I mean? Who else I ran into? Just running the two different artists. Even the executives, Russell Simmons, I don't seen him about 3 or 4 times. So Mook asked who wanted to work for the label. So I was like, everybody else in the crib was like, nah, niggas ain't. What? They already, yeah, they wasn't. I was like, fuck it, I will. You know what I mean? So he let me know now I'm office manager. Make sure nobody steal nothing and shit for the records that come in. Running that. So now I'm stopping. I'm getting paid every week. Getting paid like 3 and some change every week. And you know, at 17, that shit was big for me and shit. You know what I mean? Go cash the check. Mm-hmm. And all the cousins is waiting for me to get back to the crib because I'm gonna stop at Parlay's shop and shit and get the Hercules, you know what I mean? Because everybody ready to roll up when I get back to the crib because they already know. You know what I mean?
So you getting hold up. Let's just keep it so the audience will know. So you getting paid 300 back in what 99, right?
Nah, 97.
97. Okay, so in 97, you getting paid 300 a week.
You were 3 and some change, like 380.
That's a lot of money back in them days, y'all.
Come on now.
So that's a lot of money back in them days. For a 17-year-old, yeah, in a week, that's a lot of money, y'all. Yeah. So you got to put that in perspective. A 17-year-old just got his license, getting paid 3 and some change. My bad. I just got to put that in perspective.
Though. And it's legit.
Right, yeah. You know,
and working for Wu-Tang, working for one of the biggest groups of all time.
Right.
Mook runs Wu-Tang, correct?
Yeah.
So protect your neck. Who don't know.
With Wu-Tang Records, you know what I mean? What was we on? 99 University and shit, 9th floor, Avenue of Americas. You know what I mean? That's what that was like the hub, the first hub before Razor Sharp got built. That was the first hub. So RZA be working out of there. Everybody that come there. That's when we had the little glass in the front part. Remember the little TVs? You had to get buzzed in before you could walk through the door.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You see who on a little TV, whatever, you know, but then we had interns too. So I wasn't no intern, you know what I mean? I used to actually spend the night in the damn office.
Damn.
You feel me? And then have to wait till the morning for the interns to come in and let the interns in. Then
So was
ride
you
back.
rhyming then?
Yeah, I was kidding.
Was you?
Man,
Oh,
That's,
I used to
that's
ride.
crazy.
I used to
That's
ride
crazy.
uptown. I used to see Dipset and all of them. I used to be up there walking up, didn't know who these cats was. You know what I mean? I'm Dolo with the headphones on. Cause my man, I call him Goldie, but his real name is Jamal Somerville. And he out in Cali now doing his thing. He been doing numbers, making movies and all of that. But he was the engineer at Alien Flyers. So, you know, I got access to whatever events going on, whatever studios going on. So
Oh yeah.
whenever Jizza get out or just get out the booth, I got one take to go in there and do my take and shit. You know what I mean? It's to the point, time out, but I can still smell his breath on the mic. You know what I mean? Not word. Knock it
Yo,
out real quick.
look, that motherfucker's hot. It's hot.
Damn.
That
So
mic
look,
is-
I wouldn't have came back either though. I wouldn't have came back to Shirley's if that's what he doing. Ain't no damn way.
Oh
Ain't no
no,
damn way.
with Shirley, they had came up to the label. Like she used to have to sit outside for a minute. That was before Lamont started working at the label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Lamont, I met Shirley through Lamont. So she
Okay,
come
so
in.
was Lamont directing videos for them?
No, no. Scientific was doing the videos.
Okay. So what was Lamont's role up there?
Lamont was doing something with the magazines. He was doing something with the
Oh,
yeah. That's what Lamont do. I think the editing or it was something that he was doing for RZA.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because I know he kept saying RZA owed him money.
That's dope. 'Cause when we met him, he was doing the
Lamont was
editing when
happy
we
as
met
hell
him.
up there.
Yeah, he was doing editing when we met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah, damn right.
And he does. And listen, sidebar, man, but that dude, he works hard for his, bro. I didn't literally sat and watched Lamont stay up for hours and hours and hours working on that little TV he used to have in Shirley's living room trying to edit a video, falling asleep in the living room, man.
Sons of Man, You God. Those are a couple of videos that we know he did because I watched him edit that joint. You know what I mean?
So I guess you could say those were the moments that made it real for you right there. That made you like take this for real serious.
Yeah, I mean, I was always on it like that, but yeah, that was a very pivotal. You know what I mean? Pivotal because I'm watching cats sit up in there and wait, and I guess RZA didn't do interviews or none of that. You couldn't come up to the office. You know what I mean? Like, but they'd sit there and wait. But I had to buzz everybody in. I met old buddy from Diggable Planets. He sat there for like 3-4 hours, man. And then when RZA came out, he tried to talk to him, and Rob was like, "Nah, Rob wasn't." I called him Rob. You know what I mean? He wasn't hearing that. I said, "Damn." He sat up
Were
there
you
like,
going to be Trees? Were you going to be involved in the War Report? Remember the movie Shirley was supposed to be making?
Yeah, I posed them. Shit, we had the Urban Crush family thing that we all went to. Remember, fam? We all went to that. With Dame Grease. Dame didn't even know that was Dame Grease at the time. And we had
the Lavo Linux niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you right.
King Kushner was directing it from Red Reel. Remember the videos just come on?
Yeah.
Red Reel, the countdown and shit. Yeah, he was supposed to be directing. I don't know what happened. I forgot something had happened, but yeah, I had to be at the label. You know what I mean? So when it was free time or free days like that, then we shooting up there. And that time, I want to say, my Aunt Chairboy, that was the last time because we was bringing Nikki up there. We was bringing Famo, Nocturnal from Newark, Jersey.
Yep. That's where I met. At the same time I met you, I met him.
Right. We was all in there.
He just did a feature on EPMD's album.
Yeah, he was writing for Parrish. He was writing for him with Dungeon Master, a couple of joints. Yeah, man. Yeah. So once that started rolling, it was on. I was taking I used to go to Hit Factory and pick up Shaheem reels while he had a session. and I met Nasheem Merrick because he was like, "Yo, you rhyme?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm just up here to pick up the reels from him. You know what I mean? I was still on some. I ain't look at them. I looked at everybody as family. Besides, it was a certain few cats that was funny, but I'm like, I don't know y'all niggas like that.
Okay.
The ones that I do know, I've been in Just House. I've been in RZA house while he making beats. Takita over here. That's my girl too, Takita. Impossible, you could. You know what I mean? When I first knew that she was the one that sung that, I was like, yo, I need to get on the track with you when I blow up. She was like, all right, I got you. Word.
All right, Trees. So what were the obstacles growing up trying to be a rap artist that you seen in the music game? What was the obstacles for you?
For me, it was basically chicken. You know, everybody like, well, get a deal. Why you don't ask for this, ask for that? I ain't never asked him for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a book and told me write down everything I see. So, you know, I still be writing my rhymes, but I write down the addresses that we going to. I'll write down where I seen this person at. I write down that. But it was basically maybe the chicken. If I had my own chicken to help invest, it probably would have pushed me more.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, chicken is money. We're not talking like actual poultry.
Chicken and shit, yo.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. My bad. I should have caught that too. I should have caught that.
You know, but
not talking KFC Popeyes.
Right. No. Talking about some birds, some big birds, not no weight or nothing and shit either and shit. Yeah. But yeah, you hear me? I really didn't it wasn't too many. I mean, that was just the main part. You know what I mean? Just being allowed to be around. We went to Buddha Monk studio one time and what they was playing, Gravel Pit.
Okay.
But they cut it off when we walked in the door, but I already heard you know what I'm saying? I already caught that. Doom, doom. I was like,
back, forth.
I get in the studio, everybody in there, but Ra and God bless Cuzzo ODB, Dirt wasn't there, but everybody else in there writing. So Mook left me in there. Well, he walked out to go talk to Buddha Monk. I'm sitting in there. They cut the beat back on. Why they do that? You know what I mean? So I sparked the beatie up, and Meth was like, "Yo, those shits make your lungs bleed." Right. So in my head, I'm laughing in my head because I'm like, I got Iron Lung telling me them beaties make my lungs bleed. You know what I mean? I put that shit right on out. But I started writing while they writing, which I felt was ill. Like, shit, I'm in here writing with Woo. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Mook comes in like, yo, Trees, come on, man. The whole studio started laughing and shit. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I got a verse off though. I mean, I couldn't spit a verse, but I got to jot some damn.
No. So listen. So when you hear the beats of Gravel Pit, because that was a switch up.
Right.
What was you thinking? Because you saying you heard the beat. They ain't even have the song yet. What did you think about the beat? Like, what did you think? Because it was totally different.
It to me, I knew they was gonna body that. I knew that. I was thinking. I'm hearing each one. I'm hearing each one because I done had even away from the studio times with each brother. You know what I mean? Whether it be at the mall, whether it be at one of their houses, like chilling. You know what I mean? So I was like, each of them got their own style. Even with Ghost, I was driving Ghost to court when he was going to court for that parking lot shit, the parking lot attendant shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He had beat up the parking lot attendant.
I heard something about that. Because I gotta ask you something about, because you know Ghost like to put hands on people. They say he put hands on one of the Bone Thugs. Did you hear that, Trees?
You know what? That I probably wasn't around. But yeah, he nice. I know he nice with his hands though. Right. You know what I mean? Like I know that.
They said he smacked one of them.
He probably did.
Yeah, one of them was rapping, and I think they was doing something. They did something for the show. So I know when Lazy Bone tells it, they say he said somebody got pushed. That's how Lazy Bone tell it. But how I heard when we was in New York, they said they was doing it's an everyday thing. And when they got off the stage or wherever it was, maybe the floor, Ghostface smacked him and said, "You ain't like that." Because everyday thing, there's a lot of killing going on in that song. There's a lot of
yeah.
And so Ghostface basically, you ain't like that.
Yeah, Ghost.
He tried to bully him.
I heard, I heard they was drunk. I heard something similar to that. Well, we heard the same thing, and it was. I guess it was supposed to be Busy Bone. I heard.
You heard Busy Bone. I heard Lazy.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it was Busy.
Well, damn. I guess he came out the court because I had to ride around in the red Monterey because there was no parking spots in front of the courthouse. You know what I mean? But so Ghost get back in. I'm in the driver's seat, Mook in the passenger seat. This nigga grabbed me back like this, like, yo, son, I had to talk for my freedom, kid. I had to talk for my freedom, son. Yo, Mook, tell him, boom. So he's like, yeah, God, yeah, talk for his freedom, boom, boom. We stop at McDonald's, right, which is right around the corner. I guess he was hungry or whatever. So I'm getting out. Mook was like, yo, get this kid number or whatever. So I go into the trunk. That's where the damn paperwork was at. And I was like, yo, what's your name? He was like, Neo. I looked at the nigga. I was like from the Matrix and shit. He was like, yeah. I said, okay, that's tough. That's tough. So I wrote his number down for Mook, not knowing later on someone's gonna get on. And he had the plug, he had the lineup already. That's how he did that song with Ghost.
You saw Neo. You saw Neo the singer.
Yeah. I called him when he was if I was 17, he had to be about 15 maybe.
Damn.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know Neo was that young.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Word.
I didn't know that either.
Because I think Trees, you 2 years younger than us. Well,
yeah, I'm 45.
I'm 45 too. Okay, we the same age.
So hey, Trees.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, man, what was it like working up there at Wu-Tang Records, man?
Oh man, lovely. Lovely. I got a lot of hate, but they ain't know who my family was, like the ones I didn't know. You know what I mean? Some people just thought I was up there, I was an intern or something.
Right.
I had this one cat, me and Choice, that came back from Impact Convention in Miami. And I got the plug, but he had the number. So dude steadily calling Choice getting them records and getting paid like 4, 5 and shit every time for these records and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep.
One time, now Choice ain't working there no more. I forgot what happened or something. He had to get on. He had to do something, I guess. I don't know. But that nigga called me and was like, yo, we need to get you with this nigga Muhammad if you can grab up some records. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking at the time, oh, okay, this is, you know what I'm saying, somebody to get the records promoting this shit. He said, nah, he gonna give you about $600-700. What? Shit. Well, I grabbed like 4 of them boxes. Got some posters and shit, you know what I'm saying? Brought the shit down, a little package down there for him and shit. Showing up, that motherfucker shot me 800, right?
That's what's up.
So
maybe
that's a jiggy jug.
You feel me? Maybe the next week or something, it was a cat that was in there. He was working, some tall cat with dreads, but I knew he wasn't family or nothing and shit. But this mother tried to bark on me and shit. You know what I mean? He had to be in his 30s. So I was like, yeah, all right. I ain't say nothing to him. They was like, yo, chill. That's Mook nephew. I said, I ain't gonna say nothing to him. By the time he tried to leave out the building, you feel me? He came back upstairs and was begging Mook his niggas downstairs for him. Cause you know I pressed the button real fast. Yo, this old nigga up here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need some help with this nigga and shit. But
now listen, one more. Oh, I just wanted to say something real quick, man. Before you, was Wu-Tang and TV Biz the same thing?
And what?
No.
Was Wu-Tang Records and TV Biz, was that the same thing? Were they connected?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't, if they was connected,
it was in the same building.
It was, oh yeah, okay. It probably was. I just knew.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With Wu-Tang Records. Word.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, I got one thing. My bad, Jay, but I didn't want to lose this because right now we still on Wu-Tang, and while we on Wu-Tang, before we switch to Grinch Pack and all that, and some of your other experiences, you used to work the street team. I remember you saying you worked the street
Yeah.
team,
With
Mm-hmm.
and you worked the street with Hamo.
Yeah.
So talk about that experience real quick.
Oh man, that was crazy. And
Hamo, like who is this guy?
Hamo was Puerto Rican cat.
Because a lot of people don't know Hamo's the one who's accused of shooting 50, by the way. 50 Cent, y'all, by the way.
Allegedly. You know what I mean? So we was he showed me how to we used to have the posters. And we were so nice, whenever Wu had a show, we would line all the posters up and they would cover up the whole light pole. So when you see we was coming down and see all them shits going all the way up, and they were trying to figure out how the fuck did they get the posters all the way up there. Hamo taught me how to do that shit. That's crazy though. You remember that street team? Yeah. So we had all the promo. You know what I mean? I passed that out. I met a lot of people too doing the street team. When we was at Miami, nobody knew who what's my man from Dungeon Fam CeeLo. Nobody knew who CeeLo Green was. So I gave him a Shaheem t-shirt. You know what I mean? And he was like, okay, yeah, I like Shaheem, whatever and shit. Took the number down. I gave him the number to Mook. You know what I'm saying? Could have called CeeLo before CeeLo actually did his solo shit. But I should have kept that number and kept reaching out and reaching out. A lot of times I didn't keep reaching out to people I was running through because I was still focused like this on just doing what I had to do and shit. But I actually put Hamo and U-God together. But instead of Huey, instead of Huey putting me and Slim on, he put on some cat that Hamo was rocking with named Leatherface. I kind of felt a little salty like that. And then I know Hamo got paid and he ain't shoot no bread. I should have got a finder's fee or something. That's when I started learning too. Let me keep my mouth shut and stop putting motherfuckers on to what I had shaping.
Right. Because that goes back to that gatekeeping stuff where just because you show love, you're not always going to get a return on it because you got to watch who you showing love to because everybody ain't trying to show you love back.
So you would basically say that's one of the mistakes that you learned early in the game that you made?
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a big fact and shit. And then everybody that's around, like when I see half of them, I mean, grew up with half of them, so I don't even be acting like, I mean, they regular people just got more money than me.
Right.
So it was one time, me and Slim was in the bathroom blurring it down and shit, and Huey came in, but we ciphering. So when we ciphering pound for pound and shit. Give a fuck who nobody is. You know what I'm saying? You jump in the cipher, we go cook you. So he jumped in the cipher. You know what I mean? He ain't stay up there. He ain't stay in the bathroom with us too long.
Yeah, I cooked him. You cooked him.
Yeah, that nigga, you got left. He left that restroom like, man, fuck them niggas.
Yeah,
man.
fuck them niggas. That's why I want to put me up on that golden arm shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what's up. Man. And look, so we know you got you got a lot of experiences. I know you when I jumped in the phone call, I know you was talking to Jay. You was talking about how you was in the studio with one of my favorite artists of all time, which is Prodigy, man. Tell us about that experience, man.
Yeah, that messed me up right there. It was me, Mook, Pete Invergil, Italian cat, his wife. They used to go upstate. They stayed in Yonkers and shit. So he started getting tight with we started getting tight through Mook. So we was uptown, and I didn't know where we was going. I'm just a driver. I'm driving. Well, I'm office manager, but when it's drive time, I'm driving. So we get to, I couldn't even tell you what studio. I know it was near Times Square and shit. You know what I mean? Man, walk in the studio, and Pete's wife was there too. She the one that wrote Sweetheart. The one Mariah Carey did over Sweetheart. You can be. Yeah. But Havoc mom was her homegirl, her best friend. That's why we was going up there. I think this was the time that Black have brother passed and shit, RIP, LIP Black and shit. So I walks in there, man. and I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, fucking damn Mobb Deep. And the first one that they ain't say nothing to me at the time and shit, niggas, they were doing their shit. That's another one I heard too. They cut the music off as well when we walked in. But that was the come on now. Doom doom.
Quiet Store.
Damn right.
You heard Quiet
That's
Store?
my shit.
Oh,
That's my shit.
That's
yeah, I
everybody's
caught
shit.
that. The hot damn.
That's my shit.
Yeah, I caught that.
Mm.
Prodigy had these big ass cornrows. He probably had like 4 of them. I didn't know they was that short because they was close range with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm tall or anything and shit, but I'm like, oh shit, motherfucker, damn Mobb Deep. So I don't get. They be talking. I was sitting on the side. I'm gonna tell you, I just seen him at the tour just a minute ago, and the one that's playing Havoc playing Prodigy, or not playing, but do a Big Noise. So Big Noise was,
yeah,
he was fucking with me more at that age and shit as far as conversating with me. But I'm sitting there watching them conversate. I know Ato, that's what I call a Have and shit. He had a big ass bottle. They had a big bottle of Hennessy's up in there and shit. You know what I mean? Word. But yeah, that's right too, man. LIP the Prodigy too, man. I'm like, damn. So I got to see son. But I
you
caught
were there
that.
for Quiet Storm.
Yeah, I caught that. They
Wow.
didn't play the track no more. When we walked in, they cut it right off. But once again, my ears and shit, I heard that doom doom doom. I was like, I heard it maybe 1, 2, 3 of the piano. Doom doom.
It didn't have no
Didn't
balls.
Alchemist make that beat?
Nah, I think Havoc did. But if Alchemist did, he wasn't in there during that time. So he might have and shit. You know what I mean? He might
Okay.
have.
That's their best song, bro. I love that song.
That's epic. I
Real shit.
it's up there. I don't know if
That
it's
is
the best.
epic, bro.
It's just hard, dog.
Temperatures rising and shit. That's my shit. Temperatures
Come on.
rising.
Bro, on that new Cole, and we gonna speak to Cole too, because you in Fayetteville. He just dropped, so it's only right we speak on Cole. But on that new J. Cole, that safety sounds like temperature rising. It kind of sounds like he bit that a little bit, which you can't go wrong.
And new Cole does have one of their beats on it.
See, I haven't ran through his joint. I know he was just out here though. He was just out here. My homegirl called like, "Oh, come up here, see J. Cole." And I'm like, if I see him, usually he be around or something. I see him like that, I run into him like that. But
this dude, is he really a humble dude though? Is he a humble dude?
That's. I mean, I know he went to the roller skate to see the kids. You know what I mean? So yeah, to me. But there's a lot of cats out here that, you know what I mean? I don't know if they uptight, like he supposed to be doing Dreamville in the Ville instead of Raleigh. But I look at it now, you got to be where the money at. Even though he should have something small, a small event out here for Ville. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't really, I can speak on, I'll be in the bottoms. You know what I mean? With the artists I deal with, I'll be in the bottoms. You know what I mean? They just had a 2-6 cipher out here, and it was straight. It was straight, but the artists that I deal with, like, I didn't even get a chance. You know what I mean? They already had it, they set up together and everything, but it's like 15 people up in there, and they just quiet. So you know me, I start spitting. Cameraman start turning around, they ain't getting none of that. But if they did, they didn't put that in the cipher joint. You know what I mean? But the jokers was hearing me. So I'm like, yeah, better come with fire, come with something and shit. My man that brought me up there.
Nah.
He started laughing and shit.
That's a problem with a lot of them small towns. And I'm not even saying Fayetteville small because they got over 200,000 in their population. So they're not even a small town for real.
Yeah, they're not even small.
A lot of times they got that crab in the barrel mentality, bro. Like, if you ain't somebody known in Fayetteville, like you coming from the outside, you know what I'm saying? They're not even really trying to show no love. I mean, you see how they doing J. Cole. J. Cole, the top 5 rapper in the game right now, and they not showing no love. It's crazy.
I think because a lot of people, I know he supposed to have a cat. There's a cat out here named Rain that's crazy. Rain been doing his thing too. But I think they fell out over a female. But it's like, to me, you ain't gonna be able to get no clout over him by trying to diss him. You know what I mean? Because he can get on the radio tomorrow and just start going in. You know, he talking about somebody up on one song I've been hearing about, the cat. I don't even go. I'm not. As some people, I ain't even gonna mention their name out here. You know what I mean? Cause I know if they was on the platform such as yours, you know what I mean, then they wouldn't. You wouldn't hear nothing about Grinch Pack, even though they know trees and shit. You know what I mean? You wouldn't hear nothing about it. So yeah, I ain't giving some of them cats. But I got my man Big Toon, Made a Toon. He killing them. My partner, when we do the N2BFW, when me and him together is N2BFW, not to be fucked with. And we got that TV, N2BFW TV on YouTube, you know what I mean? But besides him, I got another cat that's just, I mean, phenomenal with it. You know what I mean? It's a couple artists, man, that when I sit back and be like, woof, you know, fire. And everybody packed and shit. You know what I mean? If I bring the Grinch Pack cipher, which I will be doing in a minute, you know what I mean?
I want to participate in that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So
yeah, I Grinch Pack as well. Y'all my family.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So we gonna somewhere here. We gonna at this time we gonna slide your YouTube page across so everybody can check out your YouTube Grinch Pack, man. Y'all go ahead and listen to it. Yo, Trees got a lot of nice music, man. I'm telling you, in the chat, he's flooding him and a couple other cats. They are flooding the chat with music, bro. And I've checked out your YouTube page, man. Y'all got tons of music, man. So y'all got to get up on that Grinch Pack, man. And because they out there, man. And you just got to go listen, man. It's pretty easy, man. Nah, straight up, man. But
were there any sacrifices you had to make?
Let's go.
Like personally or financially, you know?
Yeah, that's why I went. I said, you know what? I see who was it that came down? Wu Syndicate. So
I remember them.
They had God bless their family and shit, that passed and shit. He had brought them Slot Time. He had Slot Time records. You know what I mean? Like I could have been in a video and all that. The only video I did get in was Busta Slug. If you go back and watch the Busta Slug video, you see me, then Crisis, and Scientific. It's a clip. But if you watching them when Trigger's in front of the corner store, I didn't even get in the front. I'm hanging on the back like this through the whole fucking video and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you see me, I got the big beanie on. You know what I mean? And then the Busta Slug, the Weary Eyes, I was on that too. Had the fresh wool jacket and the damn rain and shit. You know what I mean? But Mook made me get in that scene. Like, go get in the scene, God. I was like, man, and you know what I mean? Like, if it ain't us and shit, then I don't, us never them type shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I started seeing when Black Knights came. They was actually living at the crib with us in Staten Island, 37 the group. You know, Holocaust. Nice snuffed him.
That's that guy. That's that guy.
And he must have did something wrong because Mook told me to take him back.
Something wrong.
Yeah, his eye was all
real.
Red. Yeah, he's like a blood vessel, and they was like, yo, nice Prince snuffed him or did something, punched him. They got in a fight, and I was like, damn.
Snuffed off a Holocaust?
Yeah, man. So
damn,
Mook was like taking him back to the house and shit. So we had to give him a ferry and shit. But he actually one of the artists during that time period that actually asked, what the part? So, what you be thinking about when you be writing? That man said, walking through on that Bobby Digital joint, you falling down in this tunnel with doing reality.
We're doing reality. Killer be my,
things to get. I said,
yeah.
The set off on that, but he was like, he just opened his mind up. I didn't know how tight he was. And then they lost Doc. He was in that video, Doc Doom, LIP to Doc Doom. He got killed when they went home. But RZA, Rob put him in a mausoleum and shit. That's how tight he was with them boys and shit. You know what I mean? Monk and Crisis. Crisis went a little crazy. I don't know if he back. You know, they had to tie him up in the attic and shit, smoking that Bobby and shit. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Gotta do it.
He was smoking that dust.
Yeah, but they was heavy on that shit. I'll be on tour bus, you can barely breathe.
Yeah,
Smoking
Meth,
that
Meth,
dust in
Meth,
your bloodstream.
Meth had mentioned that.
Damn.
Meth had mentioned that, man.
Word.
Okay. Look,
Wow.
at this point in your
Don't
journey,
do drugs, kids.
where are you at with your mentality and your creativity? Where you at right now with it?
Oh man,
Yeah.
going to get it, man. It's more. I learned the business side first, so I'm more splitting the roles, being a contained unit. You know what I mean? Finding out which artists are serious to work with, which artists is playing games, or somebody saying, "Oh, okay, yo, you woo family, this, that, and the third," and they name a name. I'm like, nah, I never heard of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna say I know somebody don't know 'em. You know what I mean?
Right,
but
right.
just more focus. You know, I got my I woo. That's the slogan right there. I woo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the woo at the bottom right there. N2BFW, not to be fucked with. Then you know I got the Grinch Pack.
No, right.
I
like that. I like that.
That's dope. That's dope.
So
I
damn,
like it.
like that.
just more focused and getting this material together. You know, that's in a nutshell, basically. Yeah, more focus and then hitting them hard. I just need to get a camera. You know, I got the little digi thing and everything. If I get a nice little camera, then it's gonna be, just see the actual visuals. I'm a visual man.
Right.
You know,
Right.
next to be the little short movie. You know what I mean?
Now, facts.
Now I can go present. Cause I still talk to Storm. You know, Storm managed Meth right now. He managed Havoc. You know, that's who had me. But I met Storm in Queensbridge through MMO, through Trigger, Shy, Pearl Handle. You know, so he remembered me since back then. So I always stayed in contact.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I call, you know, still talk to Ray brother, K. You know, I like they seeing me. When Ray seen me first time from a long time ago, when they came down to a show in Virginia, he was like, yo, Lord, you look mad familiar. I told him, I said, I used to be in Alien Flyers with y'all. He was like, oh shit, Alien Flyers. Like, where? He's like, y'all getting on the bus? I said, nah, my brother here, we driving and shit, we just gonna follow. You know what I mean? But after the show, we got on the bus, burned it down and shit. I met JD Era, the one he had signed for Ice Water.
Right.
He a humble cat. Him and Drake and Melanie Fiona was a group. I ain't know that.
Okay.
He from Canada.
Okay. So listen.
Oh wow.
Who was that last
Everybody.
artist you said, Trees?
JD Era.
Melanie
No.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drake,
Melanie Fiona.
and Drake. All three of them was a group.
Okay.
Look, so on Trees' YouTube, like I tell you, tons of videos. Check it out. Grinch Pack all day. Listen, you got a video. Taste a teardrop.
Oh man, yeah. That's
what drove you to do this, man? Because I know you put it in the chat, man.
Yeah, man. For Taste a Teardrop, the concept was about everybody either passing away or somebody killing somebody. Right. And you know how everybody was getting them teardrops on the side of their cheek?
Yes,
so
sir.
under their eyes, I wanted to have somebody take that off and put it in their mouth, time out, and then they're gonna see what they just took away.
Right.
You know, you might see that person holding their kids, or see that person taking care of their moms or aunties or whatnot. You know,
like
being chill. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's tough. Damn, that's tough.
You know, but I just talked about everybody that I lost. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. I like that.
Nah, yeah. You said would that be one of your best projects that represents you?
Oh, well, one of what songs?
Yeah, any project, any song, definitely. Any project.
Each one I do over 100%. Each one I do. If it's short and simple, then I'm gonna be on my mixtape shit. But if it's a song, I'm half the time I'm not even cussing in the track, cussing that track. I don't think so. I might have said one word out. I think I got one called "No Friends But Jesus." I did that in Baltimore. Like that. You know.
I'm on that same wavelength, bro. I like that what you said about how. Yeah, I'm on that same wavelength, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, hey, wasn't nobody rocking with me, this, that, and third. I had no friends but Jesus. And you know what he ended up doing? I came to the studio out there, and my man Kev, because Kev and Sound Oracle was the producer. This month he just did some joints on whole was just bananas anyway. But he was like, yo, your mom being a gopher? And I was like, what you talking about? He said, you know, to go to the store or whatever. I said, for who? He said, for Weeze and shit. I said, who? He said, Weezy. I was like, man, nigga ain't coming up in here, whatever. And I said, yeah, I'll be the gopher. So sure enough, maybe 10 minutes, Cortez Bryant, I didn't know who he was at the time, but he came in and was talked to him, then started looking through the doors, making sure nobody was in there to rob, son. So I'm reading the double XL. Somebody hit me on my shoulder. That nigga said Weeze. I look up, sure enough, it's Weezy. So I'm like, trees. You know what I mean?
No
so
way.
word, dead ass, humble. He one of the most
Word
humble.
up.
Man, all that rah you see him doing, I ain't get none of that. Maybe because he was in B-more.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't getting none of that energy. He was chill. So I left out of there and went to the conference room, which is right beside it. His man had a New York hat on. And he was like, yo, you know, we can get some piff at. So I had to go interrupt the meeting. And I was like, Paul, he said, Kev. And I tell Black, I said, yo, his man want to grab up some green. But then I know that my man, well, he was Black at the time. That was his name. I said, I know he got the best shit. Man, look, he got locked up. We smoked so good, right? My man made it from Alexandria. That's crazy when you say you stayed in Alexandria. It was a cat, a Spanish cat. He made it. He sold like 5 joints for like 500 a piece, 5 zippers for 5 pieces that they copped. And I was so
Was it
gone
Zod?
and shit. I went downstairs because I had the key. I went downstairs and then I see the tour bus right there. I'm like, wow. So I was parked on the side. I was down there knocked out. I was talking to somebody on the phone, but I was done for. So when I woke up, I was like, damn, I missed these motherfuckers before I get a chance to talk or anything. You know what I'm saying? But when I came back upstairs, they were still there. So Weeze had peeked to hear the studio door open. He peeked his head out and came back in. But this is crazy how his writing method is. He'll go in there and write maybe like 2 bars, come back out for a minute. Go in there and write. Maybe not even write. Go in there and recite 2 bars, come back out. Go in there and recite 3 or 4, come back out. I was like, okay, that's he. I said that's chill. Yeah. That's I have. We write.
Yeah.
I still write. Even if I'm writing something in the phone, I'm gonna have to memorize that. I can't read something and then it's gonna sound like I'm reading. You know what I mean? So I encourage all my people I rock with to write. I got one person to talk. All I do is freestyle. I said, well, if you're gonna be in front of somebody that's willing to dump some money in front of you, and it's 2 people, and with freestyling, you're supposed to mess up. And now you got this other artist who's not gonna mess up, got the vocabulary. I can keep going for 16s, 8s, whatever, and who you think he's gonna pick to put the money behind? You know what I mean? Yeah, but we shaking. I got it shaking right now. Pretty much up the coastline. But mainly focused right here for the right now. You know what I mean? I got all the DJs, all the radio DJs, the ones that I've been knowing. The ones that blew up and left, I still politic with them. But I'm gonna wait for this new project, the Breakfast of Champions. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna mix everything on it. You feel me? I'm gonna put everything on that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Gotta give us something to eat.
Yeah,
Give us something
I
to eat.
gotta listen. I got a treat for the viewers. This is just off base. But what is Treese's idea of the Breakfast of Champions?
Oh man.
What is your ideal Breakfast of Champions?
Potassium, vitamins. You know what I mean? But vitamin music, all healthy music, all healthy music. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get breakfast. You know what I'm saying? The milk music, yeah, just that's how I took the concept with that. I said, at everything together has to be intact. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Okay.
You know,
So hold on. I'm just going through your stuff again. Listen, you got this. We've listened to your music, but you have this video, HUW. Can you explain for
oh
people who want to
man,
listen to your music? HUW.
head underwater.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
That's crazy. Had that sample that girl say head underwater, and you tell me to breathe easy for a while, but breathing is harder. Even when I heard that, I said, yo, I need that. Drew Famous, my man Drew Famous is crazy because he actually lives out here. But when I first recorded that, I recorded that in Baltimore, matter of fact, in Bmore. I recorded that. But I wasn't able to get the visual until I got to the Ville. So me and my man HG, we shot too. We did his duppy, and then because I also do treatments. I could see how the song supposed to be, you know what I mean? And if I had the camera, I could do more, but I was paying the cameraman, letting him know, like, you ain't gotta do nothing, just film him and shit, get the different side views and all that. But we shot both of those videos in one day. That head underwater probably took like maybe 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Just went through the song once, went through the song twice. Okay, let's find this spot over here. Went through the song. All right, that's pretty much it. Chop it up, short, simple. That's why you see most of the songs. If my man's ain't right beside me, my man Ace, N2BFW, if he ain't beside me, then it's just me dolo. So that way they can hear, they don't get distracted by everything else going on.
Okay.
That's
what's up. So listen, we all heard your music in the chat. You fam, so it's a 10, man.
Yep.
Oh man, hey.
Yo, straight up, y'all go check out Grinch Pack. Listen, I seen one where you had another dude rhyming with you. I don't know where he's from. If he's actually from Fayetteville. He's nice
from Fayetteville. He one of the nastiest. You would think he's from Brooklyn somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I said I didn't know. I didn't want to say he was from North Carolina because he was spitting.
He fired. Like he always telling me, like he listening back and forth, listening. I'm like, yo, nah, nigga, you got some shit. Cause I was dealing with his name.
Shout out his name real quick.
HG. My nigga G.
Shout out HG. Shout out HG.
Shout out HG.
Word up. I whoop. You know what I mean? You ever hear anybody saying I whoop?
Go ahead, brother.
If you ever hear
I was gonna ask you, man.
Whoop, that's us. That's all of us. I whoop. Yep, I whoop.
I whoop.
Hey, brother, what are the chances of us being able to see Pound for Pound getting back together?
I've been working on it, man. I just got Slim. I got countless.
Shout out to Slim.
Word. I got
Slim Gritty.
Facts, man. Slim Gritty.
Yeah, Slim Gritty.
Grim, you got to hear some stories. You got to hear some stories about Grim. Slim kind of got you beat, my brother. We ain't gonna put it out there yet, but he kind of got you beat, man.
Ay.
Yeah, ay. Shout out to Slim, man. Slim Gritty gonna be Slim Gritty, man. You know what I'm saying?
All the
time. That brother was a handful when we was hanging out with him.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was. That brother.
Listen, if there's smoke, he's with it. Yeah, no, for sure. But if there's smoke, hey, Slim's with it. He ain't ducking it. Yeah. He's actually running to it. Like what? Smoke.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He was wild. Like time. We was probably with him for about a month. You would say? Was it even a month? And
about a month.
Slim would get it cracking, bro. Immediately. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. So shout out to Slim, man. Yeah, man. If you ain't got no more, let us know. Any more to share? Shout anybody out? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all first and foremost. You know what I mean?
Thank
you. You know what I mean? Just the whole pack. You know what I mean? Whole Grinch Pack, Pound for Pound. Workhorse, Niggy and Wise Most. Who I was forgetting earlier? That's N2BFW. You know what I mean? Not to be fucked with.
Yeah. Okay.
Most definitely gonna make some noise. I hate saying, this year. It's gonna happen when it's happening. You know what I mean? But be looking for these new videos. I'm gonna hit them hard with these new videos and shit. You know what I mean? New songs. Got the catalog is crazy. Catalog is crazy, but yeah, that's basically I whoop.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, Grim, Jay, y'all got anything to say? Because you know we about to move on to the game show. Jay, you got anything? But y'all got anything to say?
I didn't have nothing today. I thought Grim had something.
Well, I got one question for him. So if we gonna move on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was gonna look up something up. You know, it's one question, man. Because I didn't know whether I was gonna go Brooklyn with him, but you know what? We ain't gonna go Brooklyn. We're gonna go Wu-Tang because he spent a lot of time with the Wu. So what we call this is finish that bar. You ain't got to do mad bars. You just got to know what you're talking about. So, you familiar with the Wu-Tang, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to spit a bar the best I can do it, you know, and you tell me. It's usually going to be a popular bar, so here I go. Styles, I get buck wild, met the man on some shit, pulling niggas fouls, I'm sick, insane, crazy, driving Miss Daisy.
That's the dun, 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 dun.
It's Bring the Pain.
Yeah, Bring the Pain and shit.
Yeah.
I can rock it, but I ain't gonna be able to catch it. I can ad-lib the hell out that motherfucker. I can ad-lib the hell out of it.
It's insane, crazy, driving Miss Daisy out of fucking mind. Hang on, out of fucking mind. Now I got mine. I'm Swayze.
Is it real, son?
Is it really real, son?
Is it really real, son? Yeah. Something you can feel, son, over the grill, son. Yeah.
No, facts. I was gonna say you gonna get that.
That's a good one.
See, I had to get it in the middle of the verse.
Yeah, shit, man. When that was on, I was going like this.
Yeah.
When the first to the scene.
That was my shit.
Yeah,
but listen. Once we do this, we're gonna do a choice interview, y'all. So y'all come back. We're gonna do an interview with Choice. He mentioned Choice. Yeah. We're gonna do an interview with Choice, and then we're gonna do one with him and Choice, right? Because we're gonna have a little contest about the Wu, man. Because you know they spent a lot of valuable time. I think Trees is actually blood related to them brothers, man.
Blood related.
Choices as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he meant. Choice.
Yeah, Choice blood related, right?
Yeah.
That's Mook's nephew.
Yeah, that was RZA. That's RZA and Jizza's first cousin. Jizza and No Dirty Bastard's first cousin. Little cousin.
And if y'all didn't know, this is the crazy thing that nobody knew. Everybody is Staten Island. But if you learn talking to Trees and Choice, there's a lot of Brooklyn coming out of the Wu-Tang Clan, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's not a lot of Staten Island like you think. They came together in Staten Island.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of like me and my brothers. We all come from different parts of the world. You know what I'm saying? We usually represent it in our hats, but we came together in Kentucky, man. So we represent Kentucky, man. But wait, shout out to Kentucky. Yeah. And we gonna have a little powwow on this thing because this thing can hold up to 10 people. So I want all the Gritty fam. Once we get all these interviews, I want all the Gritty fam to come together because I already know that's gonna be crazy. That'd be dope. Like these are just individual stories, y'all. So y'all like, share, subscribe, man. If we ain't already said it, man. And shout out, y'all check out Trees and the Grinch Pack, man, especially on YouTube. Let's get these numbers up, the likes and subscriptions, yo. So y'all holla at us,
N2BFW TV.
Yes, sir.